What's going on, Aries? And welcome to my channel, Alchemist. Justin here, and I hope you're having a fantastic week so far. So, for those of you who are returning, welcome back, Soul Tribe. I appreciate your subscriptions, your likes, and shares. Your support really just means a lot to me, Aries, and it keeps us growing. And for those of you who are new, welcome. I'm happy Higher Self has brought you here. We are in for an amazing journey. So the theme of this week's monthly spread is going to be a business spread, Aries, and all the ways that we can help you spread that abundance. And spread that abundance, well, you got to make that abundance first. So just abundance all over the place, Aries. As you can tell, I've worked hard on this. And then, just so you're all aware, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one. So take what resonates with you, leave the silliness with me, and never force a reading on a situation, okay? So with all that being said, let's jump into it. Your space has been cleansed. Gems, they're sending you abundance, Aries. It's just good energy all around here. So Aries, with this spread, I'm going to be going till higher self says stop. We're just going with the flow. And just so you all know, these readings that I do, they're not gender-specific readings, so apply these energies to people as they make sense for your situations, okay? Oh, hold up, Black Widow. And not you, Aries. And just so you all know, these readings that I do, look, already get me in trouble. What am I doing? These decks that I'm working with, all of them, I got links for them down in the description box below, so definitely check that out if you're interested, Aries. But Aries, your first card here is the Black Widow card, and that's the third card of Aquarius, and that is an interesting start for business because we got betrayal, warning, twisted, turncoat, cunning, danger, toxic situation or relationship, web of control, entrapment, unexpected attack, insidious, poisonous, low vibrations. Now listen, stay calm. I know that gave you no reason to, but I feel that this is something, Aries, where for some of us, whether you own a business or if you're in a business, keep your wits about you. You know, for anyone who's trying to, maybe, I don't want to say that they're intentionally out for you per se, but anyone who's, just any kind of toxic maybe person, for example, I don't want to say there's always, but sometimes there's that coworker that just kind of just is living up the drama, just kind of bringing the just madness and chaos, kind of wherever they go. And where, we send that person high vibrations and compassion and whatnot, but we also keep our boundaries, because because you got some healing to do, Black Widow. And while they're dealing with that, Aries, you try not to get caught up in that, because sometimes I'm just even thinking with if you're working at somewhere, that's, really, it's really kind of interchangeable, whether you're working somewhere or own your own business. Sometimes, the shenanigans that this person, or maybe even people could start, hopefully we're not dealing with the group. We're trying to keep this storm under control. But even if there's people, or however this is looking, this, if it gets out of hand, this could end up affecting everyone down the line. And literally, it's like it's like someone like setting the ship on fire. It's like, well, if I can't drive it, then no one can, So just be mindful of that, Aries. And if we're in a place where if you notice that kind of behavior, maybe bringing it up to a supervisor, manager, however that looks like. And if we're own our own place, that's however you want to deal with that, but making sure that it at least is discussed, And I also feel like that, really just, on a different kind of level now, just paying attention to any sort of warnings, if, checking up on your finances, making sure that all documents are signed and just any kind of legal stuff is taken care of. Just anything along those lines. And also, just being mindful of, I'm just thinking with unexpected attacks, with how, we can't control other people's opinions about things, but we can control our how we deal with an issue and how we present ourselves. I'm just thinking like an unexpected attack, like if let's say if someone's like maybe slandered you on like social media, for example. I feel like that's like the easiest one. You know, even in storms like that, because if anything, they're just, and if if they're just throwing nonsense and it's not true, then this is not something where we don't want to get caught up in the web of control. We don't want to get baited or anything like that. I feel like how you present yourself in this situation, and if we're under attack, even too from like a coworker, if we're working at a place, however that's looking, poise, keeping composure, because that's going to speak volumes more than if we decide to lower our vibration to meet this Black Widow. Because I don't doubt that you can't handle it, Aries, but it's also something too. It's like, was that really the sword worth falling on? Because now in the end, even if you both lost, they won. You see what I mean? Just because the vibration was lowered. And so just this is interesting. Let's get a little bit more on that, because that's a unexpected start there. And just thinking with Uranus still kind of being in Taurus, there may be just like some unexpected things just in general. So just be mindful of your finances and things. Just make sure that we have all our assets and things just all taken care of, Aries. But let's see what's going down here. Three of Pentacles, not with the Black Widow though. Because in the Three of Pentacles, I do feel like that it's, being careful about who we're brainstorming with, who we partner with. And also being mindful of, when we're maybe like working on ideas and things. If we have someone that's constantly like bringing down the ideas but not bringing any solutions, we want to take those person's opinions with a grain of salt. Because I feel like I'm thinking about, for example, I used to work in food and beverage, and where I wouldn't participate, not always, or, we had our low vibration days, but there would be times where I remember just kind of like you'd be kind of standing around, and there'd be this person, like maybe someone kind of initiates, like, man, like these tables are broken, or like, where we never have enough dishes, never have enough cups, never have enough blah, 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 just problems, never any solutions, and I'm just like, there'd be times I was thinking about that not too long ago, and it's just like, man, if I had, if we had, any one of us had even just like presented an option, then we would have, who knows, maybe we could have been like the next manager, supervisor, whatever. But, and you know what? Even thinking about that, Aries, because there were times that I did. And if we're in a spot, Aries, let's say, for example, if we're working at a place and you go to present, like you've noticed, like, hey, okay, like such and such did point out this stuff. I am going to rise above. I am going to point out these things. And, it's just like, let's try to help improve. Maybe this will calm this Black Widow down. But if we find someone who, I almost feel like a controlling type of, let's say like you go to present these ideas, but they don't want to do anything to kind of fix, to like alleviate any sort of like, make it easier for like their co-workers to run, or, their employees to run. That gives me sort of some weird vibes too, because I feel that when we're at a company and when we're working, working for somebody, it's like, when we win, you win, and vice versa. So it's like, if we, because I get if it's like it's I hope you get what I'm trying to get at, Aries. But if we're even noticing too that it's, maybe there's Black Widows higher up, however this might have gone down, maybe there's an infestation, get out of there, Aries, because this is not something where you just want to get out of a situation before things get out of hand here. More. Okay. All right, we got the King of Wands here, and King of Wands and Two of Cups in reverse. So, so just on a base level, pretty much what I was talking about. If we have a leader that's in reverse, or if we have co-workers that are in reverse, that are inharmonious, then that may be something to think about, Aries. Think about what's our next move going to be. If we don't feel like this is something that's going to work itself out, I feel like just don't sit, just don't sit on this and wait for like a tower moment to happen, because enough Black Widows get in here, that's a tower moment waiting to happen. But, and that's not, don't panic, Aries. But I do feel that this is something where if no one else is coming up with a plan, or if this thing isn't resolving itself, then it's time for you to take the initiative to rise up and figure out what you want to do next. How can we get ourselves in a harmonious situation again? Because because even think too, Aries, if we're dealing with possibly people like this, or maybe however this is looking, if we're dealing with people like this and it bugs us, and then we no pun intended but it bugs us, and then we having to take that home with us, and then we're kind of stewing on that. And now look, we've gone from lowering the vibration at work to now spilled into your home, and look how this poison spreads. So anything to kind of get you in a more harmonious situation, Aries, I say let's start taking some steps towards that. Any more? All right, let's get to your next oracle card here. Interesting. Okay. All these animals. So you got the seventh card of Sagittarius here, which is the white rabbit. And so this one is a spark of curiosity, gnosis, spiritual awakening. It's time. Get rid of these Black Widows. Heeding the call, research it, inner knowledge, dark to light, going down the rabbit hole, waking from the dream. And with this, excuse me, Aries, I feel that this is, again, if we're hold on, Aries. Oh, no, actually, no, let me be mindful what I manifest. If we've been feeling stuck, Aries, because maybe just even with this web of control, maybe this is just something where, if it's not like a toxic thing, if we're just feeling just sort of like this isn't really doing anything for you, it's just sort of like, like, oh, this is all right. Maybe we're looking for something with a little more danger, a little more excitement, something along those lines. Then I think it may be time for us to explore some options. Maybe look at some different things. Maybe entertain some, if we've had like any sort of dreams that we might have put aside. Maybe you wanted to, if you're a lawyer, for example, and maybe you want to open like a ranch, while these animals here, maybe you're starting like your own little clinic, maybe you're becoming a vet, however that looks. Journey down that, see where that takes you, because this is a time really of exploration and really just creating different stuff and seeing what happens, and who knows who you may even attract in this. This is it's an innovative time, Aries, and a great time to feel inspired and to help others to feel inspired as well. So I think that this is something, definitely give that a try. Go down the rabbit hole and see where that takes you, because even we think of rabbits are lucky, and Sagittarius is a lucky sign, and being ruled by Jupiter and whatnot. So, but let's see how we can work with this little ball of luck here. Interesting. One of your cards here, you got the Three of Wands in reverse. And this is kind of what I mean, Aries. If we've been feeling like things that we've just been restricted in options, it's time to put ourselves out there and just kind of journey out and see what more we can achieve, because this is the sun in your sign. So the sun is your sign. The sun is in your sign right now, Aries. The spotlight is on you. Where do you want to go from here? What do you want to manifest? And don't let that pressure you. Let that be like a thing to excite you, a thing to just get you pumped. And if we got, now that we've removed Black Widows from our lives, you know, when we're talking with our actual friends, you know, and the people that are raising our vibration, this Three of Pentacles too could be just like brainstorming with some people, you know, maybe get some ideas. It's like, hey, you know, I got this idea, but I'm not sure, you know, I got these pieces, you know, what do you all think about this? And who knows where that'll take you, you know, how this may expand for you. But this is something where if we're entertaining the idea, take the leap, Aries. And you know, you don't have to necessarily, like, let's say, like, quit your job. You know, this could be something, maybe you go part-time while you figure this out. You know, maybe you get yourself something to kind of hold you over through this transition, however it is. But follow this dream. Make your dreams come true. More. I like that, you know, like making your dreams come true, waking from your dream and actually manifesting it in the reality. I'm with that. Go ahead, White Rabbit. And go ahead, Four of Cups. Because this is the thing too. If all of the signs are telling us are leading us there, Aries, you know, heed the call. If we're not feeling fulfilled with where we're at right now, you know, the universe is trying to present you a different opportunity here. It's just like, okay, here's fulfillment, but you got to go and get it. You know, hey baby, but you got not you, Aries. Calm down. But thanks, D, the cat. But yeah, Aries, you know, the universe is trying to present you opportunities, and this is something that if we ignore this, then we're just going to feel stagnant, you know, and things aren't going to feel, it's just going to feel just sort of like, it's just going to be kind of same old type of stuff. But I do feel that there's more for you here, Aries, but it's just taking that initiative and journeying down that and seeing what'll happen. See? Ain't that right, D? All right, come here, baby. Hold up. Let me grab this lovely little guy here, taking him as confirmation. See, look, all these animals, Aries. I think some of you are thinking about maybe open up some kind of clinic here. Oh, no, you don't want to sit in my lap? Well, then I'm gonna have to put you down, baby. Okay, that's fine too. Moving on. More? Okay. And let's just start with this here, because you got the Six of Pentacles, and this is again, where do you want to invest your time? If we're not getting back what we're putting in, you know, this is a card of reciprocity. And if we're not getting back what we're putting in, you know, it's time to ask ourselves, how can we adjust that? You know, how can we get, you know, where, you know, if we're not getting it here, where can we get that reciprocity? Because maybe there's, again, some kind of dream that's waiting to get unlocked here. And yeah, Aries, this is interesting. Just because you got a lot of just like minor arcana cards here. And I'm honestly feeling with this that, again, if we're just really, the vibe is, if we're just kind of tired of the same old stuff, then things are only going to start getting exciting and start changing when we take that leap, you know, take that jump, you know. It's like, I feel like all the energies are literally kind of waiting on you here, you know. And it even interesting, you know, the King of Wands is Sagittarius energy, you know, just saying, with White Rabbit, Sagittarius energy. You know, don't be afraid to grow, Aries, and see where that's going to, how that growth looks. And you know, and it may feel a little weird at first. You might be kind of journeying into shaky territories here, but you're going to be, I feel like, as long as we have like a game plan, you know, and make sure that we're, you know, that just that we got a game plan or something along those lines. I don't see why not. And I also feel that, you know, we just got to be mindful of our energies, because if you choose to stay in this thing, it's just going to keep wearing you down, and you're just going to eventually feel just kind of exhausted, and eventually, you know, that can maybe lead to bitterness. And, you know, we don't want all that, Aries. We don't want to do all of that. So, more. All right, let's see what other oracle cards we got here. Birdcage. Man, Aries. So you got the fourth card of Taurus, and that's the birdcage. Possessive, codependent, cling, restless, oblivious, controlled, single way, want freedom, without consent, dominion, watched, hostage, confined, jealous, trapped, and predator. And that's, I mean, Aries, this has been kind of like the whole reading. If we're feeling trapped, if we're feeling maybe we're not feeling as like independent, or like I don't know, if you really are feeling just kind of in this place of like this, things aren't going anywhere, then really, Aries, it's time to shake the game. Let's get some cards on this, because this is interesting. Yeah, I'm just getting with really this birdcage. The single way is what the single way and the want freedom are the ones that really are kind of speaking to me here. That like, if you want out of this, all you got to do is say so, and listen to, and not even just say it, but listen to yourself. If you've noticed that that's been like your tone, like, gosh, this is like, man, I hate, like, I'm getting up and it's like, oh, I got to go to this job again, or oh, I'm doing this again, or, and if you're noticing a pattern, Aries, is right in front of you. But again, we gotta see it first, and then we gotta take the leap. Because listen, now we're cooking. Got the Fool card here, but before we even talk about that, Aries, with this Five of Wands popping up in reverse, this for me is really about not doing things that aren't resonating with us. If it gets you in this place of where you're feeling just drained all the time and that you're exhausted, that's something where it's, put those wands down. Put those wands down and let's move on to a different thing. Because here's the thing. When we're doing something that we love, and that it brings us joy, then even when we get in situations, because listen, even when you're doing stuff that you're loving, you're going to run into 10 of Wands, absolutely, but it won't feel nearly as arduous as when we're doing things that we don't resonate with us, that make us feel trapped, that make us feel we want freedom, confinement, that feel toxic, It becomes a whole different ball game, and we even with the challenges, we greet them with enthusiasm. We greet them with that lust for life, because okay, with a new challenge comes a new opportunities for growth and for lessons and for wisdom, just all of that. This can be any more. Okay, let's switch back over. Aries, I really do think that this is something, if we've been just really feeling in a rut or whatever this is looking like for you, break free, I'll free yourself of this, because you do have control of this situation, It's just a matter of when do you want to take the leap? Because even thinking with just like Uranus energy, Uranus is the planet that, because that's the only planetary energy that you got here. Uranus is a planet of like revolutions, of shaking the foundations. When things are no longer working, Uranus flips the table over, because we got to make room for newness, for fresh stuff here. So let's do that, Aries. Let's start trailblazing. This is your time. This is a great energy for you. While the energies are really hot right now in this time, make the most of your season. This could really get you kick-started. So I think I'm gonna leave that there, okay? But yeah, interesting little read there. I hope that made sense. And if anything resonated with you, give it a thumbs up. And Aries, share this if because this almost feels very un-Aries like, where it's like, I don't know, it's like, why am I forcing Aries so hard to go? If anything, this is something I might do with like a Cancer. Maybe my son's in Cancer, but Aries is, your energy is go. You know, it's that I love Aries energy. I absolutely admire it. It's something, and if you, Aries, if this is like a confidence thing, look yourself, because listen, you just heard, you admire people, you inspire others. Your energy is, it's spring. It's you literally are bringing, you're bringing everything to life. You know, you're bringing in that the new cycle. So, yeah, this is something. Get pumped, Aries, and get back in control. Let's get that confidence back up here. Where was, oh, we were sharing. Okay, and then when you're done getting all those Aries real confident, get them on over here and subscribe. And then if they want to get notified when I release videos each week, hit that bell button. And then social media. So, fun little fact, you're actually going to be, I actually did Leos and Cancers before I did this, but someone in, not a Virgo, or excuse me, not an Aries, Virgo, had inspired me to do, I'm on LinkedIn, so there it is. I don't know why I'm dragging it out. I'm on LinkedIn now. I haven't done much with it yet. I literally just started it, so I actually got to meet with said Virgo, do some collaboration, but this is, I stay tuned with that. I'm there. and then also I'm also on Insight Timers, this meditation app. I created a group on there called Zodiacs Raising the Vibration, and it's just a little spot to drop like positive affirmations or encouraging messages, especially when we're if we're feeling kind of down like this. It's just a good place to, drop your own wisdom, or if you need a little pocket of positivity, something to get you inspired, then come on over, check that out. But eventually, as the group grows, I want to start doing like group meditations and just like have a whole, just a fun old time. So definitely check that out, Aries. And then lastly, if you have any Cancer in your placement, maybe you're working with a Cancer, come check out my other channel, The Chariot and Friends. I do videos Monday through Friday there. We discuss lunar shenanigans and all that housekeeping down in the description box below. But let me get your surprise card here so I can get you out of here. And you got the Ace of Swords in reverse. But that's all right. And let's see what your Oracle card is. Nice. Because we got the Dream card. And you know what? This really is a time, if we're not sure what to do, where to go, what this next chapter looks like, follow your dreams. What do you want to do? And I know that may seem simplistic, but this is the time to just sleep on it, figure out meditate on it. What do you want to get started? What would excite you? This is, get pumped, like this, let this be your motivator right here, because even though this Ace of Swords popped up in reverse, that just gives us the question. Now the aces are new beginnings. What we choose to do with that new beginning is up to you, Aries. So here's the sword. What do you want to do with it? Let's get those ideas cooking. It's swords are our thoughts and things. So if you got any big ideas, let's see it. Let's see what you got. Bring the dream, because we're excited. Bring the spring. We've been waiting for it, Aries. So I'm gonna leave that there. I like that. So stay safe out there, especially Black Widows about. Stay safe out there, Aries. Okay. I don't know how that's translating, but be mindful. Use your intuition. All of that. And because while they're lowering the vibration, we got to raise that vibration, Aries. So come on and raise that vibration. Let's make your dreams come true. Oh, I like that. And I will catch you on the next one later.